Oh, hey, hey, hey.
My goodness.
Ta-da.
I'm so sorry. Oh, that was fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all right. What happened?
So sorry. My internet cut out, and as I was connecting via Excel service, I guess it came back on, so it wouldn't let me log in because I was logged in down here. So I've been running up and down the stairs. Am I
All right.
sweaty?
All right.
So sorry.
Well, good
Oh
times.
goodness.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I would like to introduce you, but I have no idea how to say your last name. I am so sorry.
That's okay. Heeb.
Hieb. All right. This is Jessica Hieb. She's a Christian author and works on children's books. Um, and I've got to ask, one of my first questions I got to ask is about the animals. I don't know if anybody follows Jessica on any of the social medias, but she's got more animals than I do, and that's saying something.
Yeah, I have a thing for fowl. Um, I like birds a lot, and what actually started with ducks has kind of gotten a little bit out of control.
Say,
So now if you see any sort of bird, like fowl, I'm not like a fan of like parrots because they're super loud and like inside. I'm okay with loud and outside, but not inside. So I have, what do I have right now? I have 7 ducks, 2 peacocks, 6 turkeys, 1 goose, and like 15 chickens, I think.
and a
So on
partridge in a
top
pear
of,
tree.
yeah, right, right. And 4 dogs and 1 cat who's down here somewhere. So yeah, a problem.
Good times.
A problem.
Yep, I see her pictures all the time. And I'm like, holy cow, how many animals does she have? And you said you had a
Yeah.
cow. Do you have a cow?
I don't have a cow. My parents have a cow. She used to live on my property before I moved.
Uh,
So Nellie is now with them, but she is my cow-ish.
yeah,
I like her.
yeah. I remember seeing a cow in your previous pictures.
Goats and cows and all that fun stuff. So soon I'll work on getting that on my property.
I, that's probably not what anybody was here to find out, but I just had to ask because that's a lot of animals.
It is a lot.
How much
I
does
don't
it
know if you
cost?
can hear them barking, but they're above me barking.
Yeah. How much does it cost to feed all that?
So much. Like, so I always joke, like, buy my books so I can afford to feed my animals. And I'm not lying. I have a very high food bill once a month. So
I bet.
yeah,
Do they do a lot of natural grazing or herd natural eating?
they
Like the
do.
duck, you think the ducks would, and the peacocks would, and chickens.
Yeah. So normally they do, but right now, since I think I just bought a house.
Mhm.
Everybody's in like a temporary pen right now. So normally they would each kind of have their own pen, and like the ducks would have a pond and like eat all of the things associated with that. But right now everybody is in one. It's not small by normal standards, but to me, it's a very small pen compared to what they're used to. So I'm like feeding them more right now because they're not able to get the bugs as much. So yeah, but
Okay.
generally yes.
Okay. So you write Christian novels about the human condition. That's what I read on your website. Can you go into a bit of detail about what that entails? Because
Yeah, well, so I think people. Oh, sorry, did I interrupt
no, no,
you?
I was just gonna say because I read a little bit about it, but I don't know if anybody else here has. So
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird. Like, I think so many people think of like Christian authors and Christian books as something that's very like Little House on the Prairie or like Hallmark Channel, right? Like, we think about those Christmas movies and it's like, well, like, I'm okay with it. I want to watch it sometimes, but it's not my go to because it's a little bit cheesy. And I was the same way, honestly. And I grew up reading like Stephen King and Dean Koontz and James Patterson and those books that are really kind of dark and twisty. And when I like came back to faith, I guess is the easiest way to put it, it was really hard for me to find books that I wanted to read, but also didn't feel like I was like just consuming a lot of darkness. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So what I write is the dark and twisty with with a twist. with a little bit of hope, with a little bit of faith. Like, we are all human. We all are all flawed. We all have trauma that we can't necessarily explain. Um, but we don't like to talk about that. It's taboo, right? So how can we talk about it in a way that, like, yes, this is real. This is true. This is life, right? And also, sorry, my dog, I don't know if you can hear that. My dog is currently running around in circles above my head.
Oh, that's what
I
mine was
am so
doing.
well, mine's 100 and some pounds.
Oh,
Um, so, anyways, I apologize for that. But yeah, but it really is just like, what if we stopped looking at life through like this lens of like this Christian mask, right, of perfection, and we look at it for the fact that it is hard. No matter who you are, it is hard, but there can still be redemption in that. So that's really kind of what I go for.
hmm. That's almost similar to my mom's book. My mom's book is it's based on a lot of the faith-based stuff like that, and she's got
I love
angels
that.
and whatnots, and she's inspired by Stephen King. We all were. So I come from a
Yes.
family of authors who enjoyed Stephen King and Dean Koontz and Peter Straub, and so yeah.
Yes. That's incredible. I love that. I'll have to look at your mom's book. Send me that link next.
Yeah. Okay. So, what inspired Timothy the Turkey? It's got a great message to it, but I was curious as to the idea in general.
Okay, so it all started with Fern and the Fox, so we'll start with that. And trust me, it leads together. So I'll get my little like, look, find my
So,
book. So Fern and the Fox was my first children's book, and I wrote this one when my nephew, like hours after he was born, he was rushed to the NICU. He was basically told like, or his parents were told that he like prepare for the worst, right?
mm,
And I'm hundreds of miles away. And I could not do anything for them. So I sat down and I wrote Fern and the Fox. Um, and a good friend of mine was like, "Can I illustrate that?" And I was like, "Yes, please do." And then out of that, and my sister, my golly, I have to give her credit for this, despite how much I hate it. But my sister was like, "You know what you should do? You should write like multiple stories based on these animals and do it like the alphabet or do it like Noah's Ark." And I was like, no, I'm not a children's book writer. I have no intention of writing anymore. This was like a love note to my nephew, but that's it. I'm done. And then a couple weeks later, like anytime I say I'm done, I swear to you, God's like, oh ha, you think so? Um, a couple weeks later, I look out the window and my turkey, Pecan is his name, is literally in the air kicking one of my chickens. And I'm like, come on, man. So out of that, I was like, okay, I have to have a karate turkey. Like, the funniest thing of all time is this karate turkey. And that is where we got Timothy the turkey, which is so cute. But that's the story. So it's based on a real life event. The turkey's name is Pecan, not Timothy, but that's where this came from.
nice.
He's still a jerk. Pecan didn't get the same message as Timothy, so Pecan is still a jerk. But yeah, that's where that one came from.
Do you have more than just those two?
So the other one
I
that we have, we
thought.
actually just
Oh,
had, and I
How the World Got Its Colors, the other one, right? Yeah.
yeah. So this is one I got to co-write with a good friend of mine. I'm working on ghostwriting her. Um, oh golly, what's the word? It's her like her true life story memoir. That's the word I'm looking for. And we were working on it one night, and she was like, "Yeah, one time I was thinking about a children's book about a butterfly helping God paint the world, and we just sat down and wrote this. There may or may not have been wine involved."
Uh-oh. This is what happened last time I lost her. Oh, no. That's what happens when we live out in the country. I have to find out if she has Comcast. Damn it, I wanted to ask her about, I thought she was going to be working on another one. I can't remember if I read that right or not on Threads, but welcome to WriterSanctuary. It's all good. We might just have to reschedule this one for another time. We'll have a Jessica Hieb part 2. Hey, Casey, how's it going, buddy? And Sam loves cows. We all know Sam loves cows. Oh, man. That was loud. That was my fault. Caught that one. That was because I have to turn the reason why it does that is because I have to turn the volume up to maximum just so that we can hear her on the stream. But if I don't turn it off, then the notifications from my computer will be at 25 decibels higher than normal. So that is completely my fault. I apologize profusely. And she's gone. Let's see. Well, I'm stressed. That'd be trap stairs. Going to log out completely down here and just finish on cell data. Okay, so she's gonna move upstairs to her cell phone. We'll be here. This is definitely one for the books. I felt those decibels in my bones. I am so sorry. Got to live in the country to have all those animals. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Other than the city, and I could probably collect half of them. I don't have any peacocks. Neighbors have chickens. If I had a pond, I could probably collect some ducks and geese. Anyway, unfortunately, that sound shook me. I am so sorry. I wish there was a different way I could set this up so that wouldn't happen. I wish Discord was actually, I don't know why, but everybody that I've interviewed so far, I've had to turn their volume up to 25 just so that we can hear them on the stream. Like I can, my headset is maxed and I can still barely hear. So, and it's been like that with everybody. I think that's what happens when you use wireless technology for your microphone. No, actually, I have no idea why it's like that. I liked my own message. What? Oh no. Okay. She liked my message to her. Okay. Good times. Anywho, profusely apologize for the sound. So, as soon as she comes back, I'll have to turn it back on. But, oh, you know what? I got. Let's shut down the email just in case, because that's one that does it all the time. Unfortunately, I can't pick and choose. I can't tell the computer not to give me notifications for Instagram without it disabling all of Chrome. And I use Chrome notifications all the time, all day for when I'm working and stuff. So I can't. Oh, can I? I don't know if that'll let me mute the site, maybe? No, that's for video. I don't know. Man. What you gotta do? I guess I can just turn it off and then turn it back on when I'm done with the live stream. God, it's a pain in the ass. On the bright side, at least you know how to pronounce her name for next time, right? You are not wrong. I think she's back on. But I don't hear or see her, so. Oh. Yep, well, that is not working. My mom swapped Xfinity as her cell phone provider and had a drop in service a week later. Hey, there you are.
Hey, okay. Welcome to my room.
There we go.
Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. I do have a dog with me now, so quick heads up, she's actually in here. Otherwise, she would sit at the door and scream. So,
All right.
might get a little loud.
Okay. Anyway,
Shush.
we were talking about
Oh,
Timothy the Turkey and your yeah.
yeah,
Um
how the world got its color. Yes.
so did you post something about making another Timothy book before?
I don't know if we'll do another Timothy book, although he's really cute, but I want to make him like a comic.
Hmm.
I would really love for Timothy to be like a comic, or like if anybody does like children's TV shows, like I would make a YouTube channel TV show out of him because he's so stinking cute, and I just can't imagine like this little farmland, right? Where they look at that. How cute is that? Um, so I've talked to my illustrator. She has 3 kids under 5, and she's like, someday, Jess, someday we can talk about doing something bigger. But in the meantime, no plans for a second Timothy quite yet. Look at how freaking cute that is. Anyway, sorry. Oh, I have to point this out. They have diapers. She drew diapers as like eggshell diapers. It kills me. Anyways,
So
yeah, the children's books, they're a lot.
I love the idea of doing the coloring book. You have a coloring book that goes to how the world got its color, right?
Yeah,
Were you planning on
yeah.
doing more coloring books for that, or for different books?
So we honestly hadn't thought about it with this one. How the world got its color. We knew that there would be a lot of like we knew that we wanted to do something really different. We wanted it to be like not to feel like a normal kids book. We wanted to have it really change and advance as we went through. But what we had was my illustrator for this one, she only did the line work. So I got to go back through and color it all in, which was tedious and took forever. But it was also so much fun that I was like, we should do a coloring book for it. So it's something that I think it just depends on like the illustrations. Like when you have really solid line work, it makes sense to do something like that. But like obviously, like with Burn in the Box, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't really work well for a coloring book. As much as I would love it too, because he's so stinking cute. But no major plans.
So you also do something. It's in the name publishing. So is that like is that your publish? Is that your own publishing house, or
It is, yeah.
can you talk a little bit about that?
It's ours. Yeah, so we would be, you would probably call us more like a vanity publisher, but we do it better. So I think many new authors got caught in the trap, right? Where it's like you are searching for like what are your options for publishing, and you click on that one link, and like they immediately like call you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I did, and I fell into that trap with one of the top Christian publishers. And what I got out of that was, well, let's just hear. This is Breaking Seven. This is my first published book through them. And even like looking at the cover, like I shouldn't bash. This is not what it was supposed to look like. Like I even drew a picture of like what I wanted it to look like, and this is what I got. So it was like it'd be like, yeah, we need like a street light, and now I have like clip art street light. So, anyways, like a lot of people, I fell into that trap and spent $6,500 ish to get that book out there. Yeah, oh, it was so expensive. And the editing was terrible. And I think you had an interview with Laura several weeks ago where she talked about this, and you know, it's what they're doing with the writer's journey.
Yeah.
But like if you read through this is the original copy. We're going to re-release it. But if you read through this, it was not edited. It was not edited by a solid editor. So I was honestly ready to just like quit writing. I was like, I'm done with this. This was such a bad experience. I spent so much money, and if this is what publishing is like, I don't want to do it anymore. And then the very first line from They Call Me Beauty, like popped into my head, and it literally would not go away. Like, I'm telling you, I'm in the shower and I'm repeating this line. I'm like making dinner, repeating this line, watching TV, repeating this line. And this is a roundabout way of telling you how it all got started, but it'll make sense in a minute. This is why I pay an editor, by the way. I'm very wordy. Uh, but it got to the point that I like sat down and I was like, I'm just gonna write the first, like that one paragraph that was in my mind. I was like, I'm just gonna write that. So I did. And then I didn't stop writing for 4 hours. So I wrote like 20 word pages in the first several hours, did not move from my spot. And I was like, well, okay, obviously I have to finish this. Like, I went back through and I read it and I was like, okay, this isn't bad. Like, this is pretty okay. And I was like, but I'll just keep it for myself. It'll just be my book. And then God very much was like, no, you can't keep that to yourself. It wasn't meant for you. And I was like, well, I don't want to publish again. Like, I went through this experience. It was so bad. I don't want to publish again. And God said, do it for the better. And that was in 2019, I think is when that happened, or early 2020 was when that happened. And he said, do it better. And I was like, I don't know what that means. So flash forward to 2021 when, COVID happened. Well, 2020 obviously was COVID, but I worked for a federal contractor, and they basically were like, get the shop or get fired. And I don't care what your political opinion is. I don't make decisions based on threats. Like, I'm not going to make a decision like that. So I was like, okay, I guess I'm getting fired. And God was just like, okay, boom, go. And I went down the next day and started an LLC that was in the name publishing. And my sweet friend Anne, who does all of my illustrations and all of my covers, she was like, I'll do it with you. And I was like, okay, let's go. So that's how we launched In the Name. And really what we wanted to do was take this, right, $6,800 and make something that was good, right? And like just the difference in the quality. I sold more of this book in the first 6 months within the name publishing than I sold of this in 4.5 years. So it's like we are what you would call, glamour publishing, but we do it right. Like, we're going to give you a package that's beautiful, that's what you want, and then we're going to hand it to you. Or you can publish with our name on it, right? And we'll support through that. Or if you just want a book and you don't know how to do it, you don't know how to format, you don't know how to edit, then we can do all of that, and then we'll hand you back the complete package. So, anyways, cool. Told you, roundabout way. Yeah, it's been great. It's been such a fun experience just supporting authors, and even just talking to authors. We've got a podcast as well that we do where we review books, and it's just incredible to have an opportunity to talk to people and help them on their journey.
Where can they find that podcast? Do you have it on Spotify or?
It is on Spotify, yeah. So it's the only thing it's not on right now is Apple, because I didn't want to deal with them. But it will be soon.
Also pain.
It will be soon. Their whole setup is kind of a pain. So we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, on our website, itnpublishing.com /podcast, I think.
I think so.
And what else are we on? Amazon. Yeah.
So I linked, for those watching, I did, if you go to the WriterSanctuary, the blog post I wrote last week for Jessica, I do have a link to her podcast on her website, as well as links to her books and her website itself. So if you're curious about that.
Love that.
And they can look it up on Spotify and iHeart by, what was it, In the Name?
So, yep, it's In the Name Publishing presents Book Club.
Presents
Book Club. It's super fun.
All right.
Like, my favorite day of the month is Book Club Day.
Awesome. And so, yeah, it sounds like been pretty busy.
Yeah, I'm not good at sitting down. I'm not good at hanging out. I've had people that will be like, well, so you do so much, what don't you do? And my answer is relax. I do not relax well. So
me neither.
Yeah, I love to be busy.
Relaxing is for the weak. You get off of it. cat?
Hi, kitty.
Oh, I just
Oh,
had something.
it's okay.
Oh, I was going to ask, why were you going to be re-releasing your first book? But then you kind of answered that with it out being edited.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
never
I
mind.
want, I want, I want it to be pretty. Like, even if you look at the size, like, like you come from an author family, right? Like, there is a standard size for books.
Mm.
And this is not it. This is like what you would do, like your self-help book, your devotional, right? Is what this size is. So even in the sizing, but I want my cover, I want my editing. Like, this has the potential to be a really good book. It just needs a good editor.
That's
I mean, it is a good book. It's a good story.
my
It just needs a
sister's.
good editor.
When my sister published her book, the editor, I don't think her stuff was edited either. It was a minefield. So, but that was with Tate Publishing, and Tate Publishing went out of business and screwed a lot of people. So
It's
she
so
was.
sad, like it because it's
Yeah.
hard. And
Go ahead.
no, I was just saying it's sad because it's hard enough, like just writing a book and figuring out what to do next. So when
Yeah.
people get screwed over, it's a bummer. So
Yep, they kept all of her royalties, and it is a mess. You gotta be careful who you
that's so
publish through.
Yeah, you really do.
Cat. Okay, so excuse me. Holy crap. Okay, so the Christian books that you have, the ones that have the morals to them and all that, are they focused more on YA, or is it, or you because I know you said that you do a lot of the dark, like you like dark stuff. So do you like kind of walk the line between the two, or what?
I would say so. Like it's so hard because so beauty is like demon possession meets coming of age. So I guess it kind of falls into young adult, but she's also telling the story as an adult. So it's like she's looking back at like what has happened. So it starts off with her as like a 5-year-old, and then we kind of follow her growing up. So we see these kind of two perspectives. So it's I don't like the term young adult because I don't know entirely what that means. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's,
I think of like Twilight.
yeah, no, because it's not very fluffy. You know, like young adult, like if you describe it like Twilight, right? That's a little bit fluffy to me, and I don't do fluff well. So I don't know. It's young adults can absolutely read it. I wouldn't let like a 13-year-old read this one because there is trauma, sexual abuse that shows up in it. But I don't know that it's. I'm my own category.
Yeah, that's like my book, and I don't plan on putting any spoiler alerts on my books, because if you're buying my books, you already know what I'm writing. It's not for your 10-year-old. Sorry. Neo says. Yeah. Neo says, demon possession and coming of age, I'm sold. So I think I have it. That one, I can't remember if I have it on the. It should be on the video's description down below. So let me check. I got Ferdinand, Timothy, Hello World. They Called Me Beauty. Yep, They Called Me Beauty. I have the link to that book specifically in the video's description.
Awesome. Love it. Do it for the ducks.
I'll find it. Well, it's there. So out of all of the, I know you said you enjoy children's books. So which ones do you like more? The darker adult stuff or the kids lit?
I think I like them both for very different reasons. Like, so I've experienced depression, anxiety my whole life. Like, there's like trauma, that you don't always realize you have trauma until it like smacks you in the face when you're in your 30s, and then you're like, whoa, like that's what that's from.
Or
And I
sometimes in your
think
40s.
yeah, your 40s, right? Whenever, 50s, 60s. Um, I think that writing like these extreme like stories helps me to kind of heal some of my own trauma. Like I can look at it, like I can ramp it up, right? Like I have never experienced anything like Judy has experienced. So by making it so much bigger, it's almost more palatable to me. So this I feel like helps me like heal some trauma, and the children's books help me like take back childhood. You know what I mean? Like it's like these two parts that really just help me heal in very different but very important ways.
Well, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I started writing Seven. I have a story on Seven, and almost every story in that is based on somebody I know in real life, and
Yeah.
it was therapeutic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody dies except for one person.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
That.
and I
People ask, like, which one am I? Or do they know?
and I can get a little on the dark and grotesque side. So there's times where I ask myself, what is wrong with me?
You just need some healing, right? For healing.
Serenity now. Let's see. I think we covered a lot of the questions I had going on there. So like with I had a question. I'm trying to word it.
Okay.
It's been a long day.
Oh, I understand.
This is the third different cat that I've had on my lap.
Aw. Now I want Bonnie. I don't know if Bonnie will knock the... Bonnie, do you want to come sit by me?
It started with
See if
Shadow,
she
and it
knocks.
came out with Max. Now it's Cloak.
Aw. Hey. Here, Buns. I'll have Bonnie come up and say hi, too. Come on.
Oh.
You can
Everybody's
do it, big girl.
comparing
Come on.
cats.
There we go.
Oh, that's
Here's
a
my
dog.
big girl. That's a dog.
That's a
Yeah,
big dog.
no, the cat lives in the basement. This is the smallest of my three great
No,
parents.
it's small.
So she's my small one. Huh? I'm so serious. Huh?
Kind of looks like my mom's dog. A little bit. Just like that
Oh,
one's
she
white.
looks like your mom's. Yeah. They're all white.
Neil says hi, Bonnie.
Uh-huh. She's my bat.
It's raining, and here comes my pup. Sam tried to keep her outside
I
for
will
the.
never say no.
Chris says hi, Bonnie. You're so beautiful. Katie C says that's a big dog.
Aw,
Yeah, I
you're
could
so
probably.
beautiful.
Yeah, Katie C could probably ride that. Slap a saddle, and there you go.
No, she's too small.
I don't know.
Deacon maybe.
He's kind of a small guy too.
Deacon is my... Gosh, this is my life.
Yeah.
This is...
Oh yeah. I feel you. I have all of my cats are long hairs except for one. So yeah, it's everywhere. Neil says the reason why I want a house, bigger pets are allowed. Oh? Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. I should have known once she made an appearance that would be it. In the work in progress I'm working on, there is a dog that's in that book that is based on Bonnie. Yeah. So
on your
she'll show up in my next book.
Is your next book which side of the coin is your next book on?
Adult. It's adult. The adult stuff. Yeah. That one I would almost call like young adult. I would almost put it in there. It's a little. I went like post-apocalyptic on accident. Like I didn't mean to, but I did. So it's not like as dark and twisty like outwardly. It's very dark and twisty internally. So it's definitely different than what I've written before. But it was thanks. It's been fun, and most of it was just so I could put Bonnie in it. That's not quite true, but it's not quite not true. Thank you.
Chris says, Neo, get a house in the country, you can get a cow. Or a ton of
Yes!
ducks.
Or a ton of ducks. Peacocks, but they're very loud.
Yeah.
So be prepared for very loud peacocks.
So I was curious. I tried finding an author profile on Amazon. Do you not have one on Amazon?
Oh no, I'm really bad at like
An author page?
the administrative stuff.
Oh.
No. So I should set it up, but they messed up my name. There's no dots. So I'm supposed to be J. Hieb, and they okay, thank you. They didn't do it right, so I can't claim this one yet. And I don't want to say I'm lazy, but I have not claimed the rest of them yet. But I'll set it up. Now that you've reminded me that I need to do that.
Amazon is a pain when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You have to jump through all kinds of hoops. You have to jump up through all kinds of hoops to prove that you are who you are, even though your picture's on the damn cover.
Right? Yeah. And I think they screwed it up a little bit because of how they did it. So like, my whole name is registered wrong. But oh well. I'll get there someday. I'll do it.
But do you how often do you update your blogs? I didn't see a couple of books that you had up there yet.
So it has been a very hectic year, and I'm a little bit behind on a couple of the in the name tasks. Like I said earlier, like I kind of decided to put my house on the market like in March, and it sold in April. And so I've been going through this whole transition period of like selling my house, buying this new house, like the move happening, my best friend's wedding, like all of these things. And now I'm in, I don't know if I should talk too much about it, basically a land dispute over like what my actual property boundaries are, which is why the birds are all in the small thing right now. So it's been a little hectic. So I've not done a great job of keeping up with the in the name. Like, again, administrative tasks are not my strong suit. So my team, they crack me up because they're so perfect for me, because I'm like, you know what we can do? We can do this. And my team's like, really good idea. Let's pull it back and like get like the basics done first, and then we'll let you do that. So we are really working hard to kind of get back in rhythm. Like I said, my illustrator, she just had a baby in September, so she's like went through that whole phase. So we're kind of in very interesting phases in life, and we are all praying that things will start to slow down in the near future, and we'll get our blog back up and running. Our next podcast, I'm going to get that sent out for editing tonight. So we're working on it. We're coming back together. We've not dropped it with our authors. I'll say that. Our authors are all very happy with us. So I just dropped the things that I'm supposed to do. Well, but not for the authors.
It happens. It's been a rough year for everybody.
Yeah. It's been like 4 years. Like a rough 4 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Yes, we'll get more involved.
So for now, if you're interested in Jessica's books, you can find them on her website as soon as she gets finishes putting them up. So I don't think the color. Is the coloring book on your website? I thought.
Say that again.
Was the coloring book on your website? I don't know if it was. Breaking 7.
No, I don't think it is.
And your other ones, your earlier books are just not the newer ones, it seems. So.
Okay, I'll have to update.
If you're interested, I put most of the links to her books in the video description and on that blog post. So we need a base of operations. That's one of the handy things about a author page, is because if you click on my name, it shows you all the books that I have on Amazon. Do you use any other services? Like I've seen your book on a couple of other ebook platforms. And on Barnes and Noble. Do you use mass distribution for that, or do you guys do it all manually? So like with
so we go through what?
I was just gonna like, for example, like Ingram Spark or uh, direct to draft to digital. Yeah, draft to digital is the other one.
Yeah, yeah, we do Ingram Spark. Yeah.
How's been your experience with Ingram Spark? Because I hear mixed reviews about it.
Really good for novels, really bad for children's
Uh,
books. Yeah, so that's one thing. Like with Amazon, I really like with KDP, I really like how they show you your book, like, and you can page through it, and they're like, well, this is out of bounds, like all of that. You don't see your book like in with Ingram, you don't see it in the same way. And since we do all of our own, like we build out the PDF versions, it makes it really hard to like see how it's actually going to print with Ingram. So for all of our children's books, I do those directly through Amazon, and then all of our novels I do directly through Ingram.
Oh, cool. Let's see. Don't forget. Okay, so Neo says, don't forget to add breathing to that list of things you are doing.
And I have a full-time job.
Yeah. Let's see. Michael, have you ever thought about doing? Have you ever thought about doing a coloring book associated with Seven? You all haven't read Seven, have you? I don't think. Well, I don't know, because I looked up some adult coloring books, and there's some good ones out there. So that I don't know. And Chris says Seven, the children. So are you like would be pretty entertaining? Is that like the children's version of Seven? Because y'all need to read that book. Gluttony is still my favorite chapter in it.
I need to read this.
I'm disgusting.
Never mind. I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, I get pretty dark, so I watch Criminal Minds, so I had to ask.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll do it.
The first Stephen King book I read was Gerald's Game. Some people say Gerald, I say Gerald, and I was like 11 years old when I read that, and I was like, no wonder I messed up.
Well, yeah, Gerald's Game's not exactly it's not exactly a kid's book.
Oh, no, it's not. So somebody messed up this whole library. But
yeah, my first book was my first Stephen King book was Night Shift, and I was
okay.
I think I was 12 when I read that, and then I read The Stand, Skeleton Crew, 4 Past Midnight, Salem's Lot. Loved Salem's Lot.
Haven't read that one.
Desperation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you read I know they're more recent, the Mr. Mercedes ones?
Not yet.
Oh my gosh.
I have Fairy Tale, but I was in the process of reading. I'm reading Laura's book right now. Of Blood and Magic, and after that, I'm gonna read Timothy's book, which is behind me. It's Tales of Battle, and then I plan on reading Fairy Tale by Stephen King. So.
Okay, loved it. I know my list is like longer than the time that I have to read books. So I'm like, I need to just do it to find time.
Yeah. Me too. Does anybody have any more questions before it's almost 8 o'clock here? I know we kind of got started a little bit late. What's with the thumbs up?
I know. Sorry.
It's like periodically you get a thumbs up bubble on your screen.
Ooh, I want a thumbs up.
Well, that's what. Yeah, it's just like all of a sudden it'll do a thumbs up over your head, like a thought bubble.
What?
You don't see that?
Fantastic.
Huh. Okay. It is what it is. So anywho, yeah.
Awesome.
We need that thumbs up. It's a good reminder. Yep. Hit that like button.
Yes, love it. Find me, follow me, buy my books, feed my birds.
Yeah.
Say hi to Bonnie.
You don't have a like a link tree or anything like that, do you?
No, I should get one. I'm honestly so bad. Like, I'm really good for other people. I'm the best for other people. Man, I will do anything to help other people. I did a job with formatting that honestly should have been like a $700 job, and I did it for way less than that. So I will go out of my way for other people, but I'm really bad at me. So, no, I don't have that. But yes, I know I need that. It's
Yep,
a work in progress.
I'm horrible at marketing myself as well.
Yeah.
But I have a
It's
blog that
so,
has all my books on it.
see,
That's
that's
a big.
smart. I should go back to something. I should add things to my blog. I just don't think about that. I'm just,
It
yeah.
was just really convenient doing it on Amazon. Setting up the author page on Amazon is a breeze. It's kind of basic, but it connects all your books together. So as soon as you get your dot in your name, you can connect all your
Right?
books.
Yes. Yeah, no, I'll have to do that. I'll definitely have to do that. It's one of those things where I feel like a lot of authors can kind of relate to it, where it's like, I am highly introvert, have social anxiety, like all this is why I have the animals. The only friends I need. And like I don't want to go out there and be out there. I want to sit at home alone while people just buy my book by happenstance. You know what I mean? Like I just need people to find it without me telling them where it's at.
It
So
doesn't work that way.
I know that's what I'm learning is that you have to be out there. So Threads honestly has been fantastic for that. I don't know how you feel about Threads, but I love Threads more than just about any social media app.
I am far more active on Threads than anything. I used to be pretty heavy into Twitter, but then Twitter just turned to a dumpster fire really quick. And so Threads, and I've been trying to do more with Instagram. I just don't know what to post because I live a very boring life. So
Right? Yes.
I'm just not that
Well, and I
interesting.
think it's like me either. But I like and I don't know if other, authors can relate to this, but I like words. Like I can express myself in words. I don't know how to express myself in pictures. Like I don't have time to like set up cute pictures and take cute pictures. Like I don't normally have makeup on. I'm normally covered in fur. So, anyways.
Have you ever thought about using TikTok?
About using what? Sorry.
TikTok. I know a lot of authors use TikTok to sell books.
No, that's that whole like I don't want my face out there more than it needs to be out there. Like I don't want people to see my face and like I don't know how to explain it. Like I would rather I should have done it under a pseudonym, you know what I mean? Not pseudonym. That's not the right word.
Pen name?
What's the pen name? Yeah.
It's a pseudonym.
Should have done. Is it a pseudonym?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I feel better. But I should have done that. Like hide. Like let somebody else be the face behind hide books. That's what I should have done.
Be the
Bonnie.
puppet master.
It should have been Bonnie.
Put the dog.
Yeah.
Written by
Bonnie.
the dog.
Bonnie
the dog.
She's very talented.
Yeah,
she doesn't have thumbs, so I try.
One of my an author convinced me to try TikTok. So I created an account. I haven't made a single video. It's been there for like 2 months. Like I have nothing to say. I don't know what to say. So
yeah, what do you say? I'm not that interesting. And here's the other thing.
Buy my book.
Since I work, that's it. Since I work for a federal contract, like they won't let us have it on my business phone. I'm not allowed to have TikTok or Snapchat on it. And I'm like, okay, if the federal government's like don't have this, why do I want it on my personal phone? So that's the flip side to it.
Yeah, I got enough things that waste my time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
exactly.
as for engagement, I'm far more active on Threads. I've met quite a few people, so Threads has been good to me so far. So.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like just meeting people who I would like actually consider friends. Like Laura is the perfect example. Like adore her.
Yeah.
We've had such incredible conversations, and she's just one of many that has been a great supporter, great friend. So yeah, love that about Threads. Will you chill out? You don't need the spotlight. This is my time.
Camera.
I know. Look at her, and she's being so perfectly cute
such
Like
a
I
pretty
just
dog.
can't even. Yeah, I can't even with her. Anyways, I mean, what is your squishy? Yeah, she's
Excuse me.
posing.
All righty. So I
Insane.
guess we can wrap this up. It's 8 o'clock. It's
Awesome.
9 according to your world, right?
Nine in my world. Yeah.
Well,
Which means bedtime. No, it doesn't.
sorry it took us so long to get everything situated.
No.
I have
And
lots of
it's crazy.
editing to
Like,
do tomorrow.
oh my golly, I know. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's
I
okay.
know, like, I was thinking about it. Like, we finally connect. Everything's great. And then, what, 4 minutes before go
Yeah.
live and everything
Crash.
cuts off. I'm like, come on. what force of nature? But we got to connect. It's been fantastic chatting with you.
Yep.
Buy my books.
Yep. Oh, that's what we're here for. So,
Love it.
your work in
Love it.
progress right now, how far are you along in it? Is that going to be
Um,
published this year or is it next year?
Probably next year. Yeah, probably next year. Like it's semi. I don't know if irony is the right word, but like I actually based it off of my old house. So my old house was like an A-frame house. Oh, and I paint as well. So like
Oh, yeah, I saw
I
that on
like
your website.
color. Yeah, I like color. I like vibrant. I like life. Like I have so many plants. Like I like all of these things. And in that house, I didn't have walls, and it was kind of a weird house, right? Um, so I was like thinking about it, like what is strange. So the name of the book right now is The Strangest Place, because it's like looking at my house, like what a strange little place. Like imagine, 100 years from now, when what we know is all like in ruins, right? Like post-apocalyptic, whatever. And somebody just happens upon this house that's filled with art and books and all of these things. And in this like post-apocalyptic world that I envision, everything's gray, right? You don't get to have personality. You don't get to have like any flavor. Everything is black and white and gray, and everything has to be the same because we don't want to offend anybody, and nobody's better than anybody. So just like imagining somebody that is like trying to escape this sort of gray mentality, going into a house and finding color, right, and vibrancy and life and books and like all of these things. So that's really what it's based off of. And then I sold that house and moved. So, so probably not this year. Hopefully next year. Hopefully early next year. If I actually start working on it again, because it's been like 4 months since I've touched it. So.
Well, cool. Maybe we can have you on again and talk about your book when it comes out.
Yes,
That'd be
I
fun.
can't wait. That'll be so fun.
As
So
long
much
as we
fun.
can get everything worked out and connected. It
Oh
was.
my gosh!
I'm telling you guys, it was such a fun time trying to get Jessica on. Because
It's
some of
been
us
chaos.
either emails. Oh, see, it's doing the thumbs up again on your. That is so weird. It did it
I
on the
saw
other
it
side this
last time.
time. Yeah.
Are people thumbs upping? Is that what it
No,
is? Like, can
it's
people
on.
emoji?
It's got to be on your camera on your end. I've never seen it before.
I can't imagine what I'm doing that's making it thumbs up.
Katie C says, "Did you guys know that blue dye was considered holy in the past? Artists always incorporate the color blue when painting important figures like Mary, the mother of Jesus."
Oh, I love that. I didn't know that, but if you look on my website, you'll see that I paint a lot of water, a lot of boats. So blue is a very heavy color in my artwork. So, I mean, blue is a heavy color in my life. You can't see my room, but blue all around me.
Well, cool.
I love that.
Well, I guess we can wrap this up. Thank you very much for joining us. Next time, hopefully, we can get a more stable.
Yes, yes.
And
Thank you so much for having me.
good luck on your book, and hope to have you again on the show. Is there anything
Awesome.
anybody wants to ask real quick? I know Diana is kind of interested in being a Christian author herself, and I know she was kind of excited to ask you some questions. She's not here tonight, so kind of a bummer. Anyway, anywho, thank you for joining, and have a great evening.
Thank you, and you as well. Bye, everyone.
Okay.
Bonnie says bye.
All right. Everybody say bye to Bonnie.
Bye to Bonnie. Bye to Bonnie.
Such a pretty dog. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.